cold CEO discovers a hidden love during a blind date. One life-changing kiss changes everything. In the bustling heart of Chicago, where the skyscrapers towered over the earth like stony monoliths of ambition, Jack Thompson stood unmatched as the CEO of a leading financial firm. But beneath his cold, calculated exterior lay a heart that beat to an ancient rhythm of family ties, now frayed and torn. Once a small-town boy with laughter and warmth, he had traded it all for wealth, a chiseled facade of corporate success that left no room for vulnerability. Tonight, at his sister's engagement party, he would be thrust back into that world he had long abandoned, surrounded by faces he barely recognized, joy that seemed to mock his isolation. As he sighed and reached for a drink, his sister nudged him towards a blind date. Lily, a schoolteacher who was oblivious to the aura of wealth and power that surrounded him. In his mind, she was just another simple girl, a stereotype he had crafted from his life in the boardroom. But as they sat across from one another at a charming little restaurant, the initial awkwardness gave way to laughter, a sound Jack had almost forgotten. The light spilled over them like warm honey, illuminating the spark of genuine connection as she shared stories about her students and the joy she found in teaching. Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. Their conversation flowed seamlessly, and Jack felt his hardened heart begin to thaw. Lily drew him in, her soulful eyes filled with kindness, as if she could see through the icy walls he had so carefully constructed. She spoke of community, the breadth of love that held people together, the undeniable strength of collective dreams. Each word sparked memories of his childhood, of family dinners and laughter, of home. Just when the evening seemed destined to elevate their budding romance to a soft embrace, the tension shifted. A call from Lily's community center shattered the tranquility. The center was on the brink of closure, facing cuts that would devastate the very place she cherished. Jack felt the air grow heavy as the weight of her concern pressed against his heart. Here was his dilemma: a chance at love or a chance to save her passion. Could he stand with her in a fight for something greater than himself? As Lily's fierce determination radiated around the table, Jack's resolve broke like glass thrown from the heights of a skyscraper. For the first time in years, he was drawn away from the allure of ambition and financial success to the warmth of love and purpose. Their eyes locked, and in that moment, Jack leaned in, capturing a kiss that ignited something deep within him, an overwhelming rush of feeling that redefined everything he believed about success. Could he take a leap into the unknown? It was the beginning of a transformative journey, a chance to unite his corporate world with the community values he had sacrificed. The path ahead loomed uncertain, but filled with the tantalizing promise of rediscovered humanity. As excitement and fear intertwined, Jack prepared for a leap that could change everything. Love waiting just at the edge of decision, and he knew he was ready to fight, not just for Lily, but for the future that beckoned him back home. Jack felt a surge of exhilaration as the kiss lingered, electric and raw, awakening feelings he thought long buried. He pulled away slowly, searching Lily's eyes, those gentle pools of warmth that somehow understood him better than anyone else. Their moment hung between them like a promise, blossoming with potential. But the enormity of what lay ahead carved anxiety into the corners of his mind. "Lily," he whispered, feeling the weight of his corporate world pressing down on him once more, "I want to help you with the center." Her eyes widened, surprise melting into joy. You mean it? You really want to help? The thrill of her disbelief spurred him on. I do. It's important to you, and if you're fighting for it, then I want to be by your side. I've realized there's more to life than deals and numbers. She laughed softly, the sound breaking through his tension like morning light. I can't believe this is happening. You have no idea what this means to me. As she spoke, Jack's mind raced. This was precisely the moment he needed. He could use his business acumen for good, for real change. He could rally support, leverage connections. But more than that, he could stand with Lily, grow alongside her in a life he had thought unattainable. Yet, uncertainty gripped him. Could he truly pivot from the icy world of finance to something so passionately human? Could he risk being exposed, vulnerable, in ways he hadn't been for so long? How can we do it? He asked, pulling out his phone, the future starting to unfurl in front of him. Lily lit up, excited and ready. We could plan a fundraiser. We need to show the community how passionate people are about the center. If we can get everyone involved, we can convince the city to reconsider the cuts. Fundraiser it is, he said, his heart swelling with purpose. They talked late into the evening, sketching plans and poring over lists. Her positivity was infectious, sparking determination inside him. Jack could see it, the community coming alive, people rallying together. As they wrapped up the night, Jack found himself linger in the moment, reluctant to part. Would you let me take you out again? I want more time with you, and I want to get this right. Lily beamed at him like sunshine breaking through clouds. Absolutely. Just promise me you won't get lost in your spreadsheets. A chuckle escaped him. I promise. I'm ready to dive into this and into us. The warmth of her smile ignited something deep within, the belief that this path could lead him back home. As they exchanged goodnights and Jack walked away, he felt a newfound brightness illuminating his future. But lurking beneath that hope was a fear, a nagging thought clinging to him. What if he couldn't handle this? What if he failed to protect the very thing that meant so much to Lily? Just how far could he stretch himself before he shattered completely? As he climbed into his car, the weight of the evening pressed down, mixing hope with doubt. The road ahead was painted with uncertainty, brightened by the glimmer of love, yet darkened by the shadows of his past decisions. Jack's heart raced. The tastes of ambition and the pull of vulnerability danced in his chest, each battling for dominance. Could he keep both worlds in balance? The stakes had never felt higher. And as his car hummed to life, a single thought burned brightly. Tomorrow was not only about saving the center, it was about saving himself. Would he embrace this chance, or let fear dictate the narrative? With the city skyline glimmering in the distance, Jack hit the gas, ready to find out what lay ahead. The next morning came too quickly, piercing the fragile peace of Jack's thoughts with the sharp light of reality. He had only managed a few hours of restless sleep, tossing and turning as dreams of spreadsheets mixed with images of Lily's laughter. Now, in the early dawn glow, he polished off a half-hearted breakfast, his mind thrumming with nervous energy. The day ahead was full of promise, but also possibility for failure. As he arrived at the office, the familiar walls felt more confining than ever. Jack pushed through the polished glass doors, greeted by the buzz of phones, clicking keyboards, and staff moving like clockwork. But today, as he navigated the sea of suits, his heart raced not from the incessant demands of his job, but from the foundation he hoped to build with Lily. Despite the chaos around him, he was determined to start laying the groundwork for the fundraiser. He needed to reach out to his contacts, the ones who usually talked in profit margins rather than passion projects. It was an uphill battle, but if he wanted to help Lily, he needed to have tough conversations and show them there was a heart beating beneath the slick exterior of corporate life. He cornered his assistant, Claire, who was hunched over sorting through stacks of files. I need you to help me compile a list of local businesses, nonprofits, and connections we might have to fundraisers," he said, trying to keep the urgency from infecting his tone. "Sure, Jack," she replied, her brow furrowing. "Is this for that community center you mentioned, the one that's facing cuts?" "Yeah, exactly," he said, feeling a spark of camaraderie in their shared interest. "I want to reach out to them. It's time we give back." The look of surprise on her face was unmistakable. It sparked something in him, an unexpected jolt of pride. Perhaps this wasn't such a crazy idea after all. The confidence began to overflow, fueling his dedication to both Lily and the cause. Hours slipped by, filled with calls, emails, and brainstorming sessions. Jack's heart thudded in his chest, fueled by a cocktail of hope and anxiety. As the day wore on, each response stirred a mix of excitement and fear within him. Some businesses were supportive, others indifferent. He tried to let the rejections roll off, but like raindrops on glass, they collected and threatened to drown out the encouraging replies. By the time he saw the sun sinking behind the skyline, illuminating the city in hues of gold and orange, he felt the weight of both the day's achievements and setbacks. He picked up his phone, scrolling back to Lily's messages, reading her enthusiastic texts over and over. "Tonight, we meet to strategize, right?" she had written, and his heart leapt at the thought of her. He texted back, "Absolutely, I've got a ton of leads. Can't wait to share everything with you. Your vision is contagious." Later, as he prepared to meet her, he couldn't ignore the flutter of nerves in his stomach. The needs of the center were vast and intertwined with Lily's hopes, and with every heartbeat, he felt the stakes growing. But when he arrived at their meeting spot, a small cafe bursting with life, any worry dissipated. Lily was already there, radiant and vibrant, her smile bringing light that eclipsed his doubts. They fell quickly into conversation, discussing numbers, plans, and excitement about the center. The energy between them was electric, but behind the laughter lingered the unspoken question. They stood at the precipice of something big, and could they really make a difference together? As they moved through their plans and dreams, Jack couldn't shake the thought. Could he truly balance the weight of this responsibility alongside his burning feelings for her? And as he looked into her eyes, he knew one thing remained. Something had to shift within him, and fast. Would he step into this new role, or would the past drag him down? With a shared gaze filled with unspoken promises, they both sensed the turning point ahead. Jack leaned forward, ready to carve out his path, but the uncertainty of the future loomed large. Would they succeed, or would their dreams crumble before they ever took flight? The cafe buzzed around them, laughter and chatter mixing with the rich scent of coffee. Jack watched as Lily animatedly sketched out her vision for the community center on a napkin. Her enthusiasm was infectious, and he found himself leaning in closer, hanging on to every word. "Jack, we could really transform this place," she said, her eyes sparkling. "Imagine art classes for kids, a safe space for families. We could even start a mentorship program." Her passion stirred something deep inside him. Watching her, he felt as if the rest of the world faded away. It was just the two of them, sitting in that cozy little corner, their dreams colliding in the most beautiful of ways. "Absolutely," he replied, excitement coursing through him. "I'm going to reach out to everyone I can think of. This is bigger than just us. It's about the whole community." As they continued to brainstorm, Jack's heart raced with the promise of what lay ahead. But for a moment, a pang of doubt pierced through the excitement. Could he really handle this? Could he let go of the fear that had held him captive for so long regarding commitment and vulnerability? Lily's laughter broke the brief silence. "What's going on in that head of yours? You look like you've just seen a ghost." He chuckled, clearing his throat, just thinking how wonderful this could be, how different. I mean, what if we really could make an impact? Her smile softened. "We will, Jack, together. Trust me, I've got faith in us." Her steel confidence wrapped around him like a warm blanket, and he felt the urge to tell her, to lay bare the scars he had tucked away. But before he could find the words, their conversation shifted back to plans, filling the air with excitement again. The weight in his chest lifted slightly, overshadowed by hope. Minutes turned to hours. They leaned closer together, scribbling ideas. Jack could hardly remember the last time he felt this alive, this hopeful. But with every passing moment came the realization of how much was at stake, not just for the community center, but for them. As they wrapped up, Lily mentioned grabbing dinner. "Let's celebrate this," she said, her enthusiasm bubbling over. Jack hesitated, caught off guard by the invitation laced with possibilities. Celebrate? Isn't it a bit premature? "Oh, come on, we're onto something huge here," Lily insisted. "Let's not wait for the outcome to start enjoying this journey." Her words struck a chord. He admired her fearlessness, that contagious zest for life. It challenged him to step out of his comfort zone. "Okay, you've convinced me. Dinner sounds great," Jack said, a smile breaking across his face. As they walked out together into the evening glow, laughter following them, Jack couldn't shake the feeling that tonight was a turning point. They strolled down the bustling streets, side by side, their hopes intertwined. Yet, just as his pulse quickened, an unexpected question loomed large. Would dinner be more than just a celebration of their plans? Would it push him closer to the edge, to that uncertain place where feelings festered and grew? As they found a quaint little restaurant, Jack felt the stakes rise. Could he really navigate this new territory, balancing the burgeoning feelings he had for her while trying to keep their professional focus intact? He took a deep breath, but the moment froze when Lily turned and gazed up at him, her expression a mixture of anticipation and fear. A single thought ignited. As they stepped inside, he wondered, was this just the beginning of something beautiful, or would it all unravel before it truly began? The restaurant was warm and inviting, with soft lighting that cast a gentle glow over the tables. Jack felt a flutter in his stomach as they were shown to a cozy booth in the back. The chatter of patrons and the clinking of dishes surrounded them, creating an atmosphere charged with possibilities. Lily slid into the seat across from him, her smile radiating with that same energy he had witnessed at the cafe. It was contagious, and as he looked at her, he felt his worries melt away, replaced by a rush of warmth. "So, what's first on our menu? Celebration cocktails?" she teased, her eyes sparkling with mischief. Jack laughed, the tightness in his chest easing a little. "I think that sounds perfect. We definitely need a toast to our future community center." They raised their glasses, a buzz of anticipation thrumming between them. As the light plastic clinked, Jack felt a spark that was more than just friendship. It stretched into something deeper, something he was scared yet eager to explore. "Okay, enough about the center for now," Lily said, leaning closer. "Tell me about yourself. What do you do when you're not planning to change the world?" He hesitated, wondering how much to reveal. How could he explain the parts of him that felt so broken? Instead, he spoke about his love for hiking and the quiet solace he found in nature. It was safe and familiar territory. "Sounds peaceful," Lily mused, a thoughtful look crossing her face. "I like to think we need those moments to recharge, especially when we're trying to do something so big." Her eyes held a depth, and for a moment, the air between them shifted. It was as if every unsaid thought hung there, waiting to be discovered. Jack felt a yearning stir within him, a pulling toward her that was almost magnetic. "Can I tell you something?" he asked, the words tumbling out before he lost his nerve. This feels different. I mean, we're talking about the community center, but I can't help but feel there's more between us." Lily's breath caught for a second. The silence stretched, thick with unspilled thoughts. Jack's heart raced, waiting to see if she'd share his feelings, or if he'd just crossed a line. "I've felt it too," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. Her gaze locked onto his. "From the moment we started brainstorming, I could feel this connection. It scares me, but it's also exciting." The truth hung between them, fragile and new. It was exhilarating, yet terrifying, like standing on the edge of a cliff. Jack wanted to leap, but feared the fall. Just then, the waiter arrived, bringing their order and breaking the moment. Jack couldn't help but feel a mixture of relief and disappointment. As they shifted back to lighter conversation, the tension morphed into a more playful energy. They joked about the dishes, shared bites, and delighted in the laughter that seemed to dance around them. But in the quiet moments, Jack felt the lingering spark of what they had said. He wanted to know if they were stepping into something beautiful or if they were just caught up in the thrill of the night. As he looked at Lily, he recognized in her eyes a hopeful fear that mirrored his. Their meal wound to a close, and they found themselves lost in each other's gaze, the world fading around them once more. "Jack," Lily said softly, her voice almost shaky, "can I ask you something?" "Of course," he replied, a flicker of curiosity flooding through him. Do you think we can really make this work? All of it? Together?" Her question hung in the air like a promise. Jack's heart raced as he considered his answer. He knew the risks involved, the weight of what could happen if he opened himself up. But as he looked at her, he felt a growing certainty. "Lily, I don't know what it all looks like, but if we're in this together, I think we can." Just then, the clinking dishes and muffled conversations faded into the background. Time slowed as Jack reached for her hand, feeling the warmth radiate between their palms. In that split second, it felt almost inevitable. Here they were, on the precipice of something he had always feared, yet longed for. What happened next would change everything. But would it solidify their bond or pull them apart forever? Jack's heart thundered as he held Lily's hand. The warmth coursed through him, igniting everything that had once felt so cold and distant. Each powerful heartbeat felt louder than the last, drumming out the chaotic sounds of the restaurant. He had felt lost for so long, and here was Lily, somehow grounding him, even while she lit his spirit on fire. Lily's gaze softened. "I mean it, Jack. We need to embrace this, whatever it is." Her voice barely broke through the murmur of the restaurant, but it was the only thing he could focus on. "I want to," he said, his voice low but steady. You make me want to believe that something good can happen." The gravity of her words and his own feelings settled between them, thick with promise. The waiter returned, setting down the dessert, a chocolate lava cake that seemed extravagant for their occasion. Yet the sweet treat felt insignificant compared to the bittersweet tension surrounding them. They both took a moment to laugh, enjoying the playful banter over how they would devour the dessert together. After a few bites, the laughter faded, and they lingered in silence, their fingers entwined. Jack's mind raced, unsure of how to bring the evening to the next step. He longed to reach deeper, to crack open the emotional door that loomed between them, but fear clawed at him. What if she pulled away? "You're deeper than I thought," Lily said finally, breaking the silence. "I mean, I see your passion for the project, for people, but I also see something more. I don't even know how to describe it. Maybe it's the same thing I felt from you. The moment we started discussing ideas for the center, I wanted you in my life, not just for the project, but I want to explore this too." "Wow," she breathed, eyes widening. "That's kind of amazing. I thought maybe I was reading too much into things." "No," Jack reassured. "You're right. There's something here, something that matters. But I don't want to rush it." Lily smiled, but there was a flicker of vulnerability beneath the surface. He could feel it, almost touch it. "Rushing isn't my goal. I think we could be something special." "Wow," she breathed, eyes widening. "That's kind of amazing. I thought maybe I was reading too much into things." "No," Jack reassured. "You're right. There's something here, something that matters. But I don't want to rush it." Lily smiled, but there was a flicker of vulnerability beneath the surface. He could feel it, almost touch it. "Rushing isn't my goal. I think we could be something special." The connection wrapped around them like a cozy blanket. Looking into those vibrant green eyes, Jack felt all the walls he had built up begin to crumble. "I know we both have things to work through," he started, his voice sincere. I've faced a lot of challenges, and I'm afraid of getting too close and maybe losing it all again. But with you, his thought hung in the air like the last bated breath of a shaky promise. What if we took it day by day, one moment at a time? Lily suggested, her eyes shimmering in the warm glow. Let's not worry about what tomorrow holds. Okay, I can do that, he smiled, feeling lighter. The tension of the evening shifted into an exhilarating thrill. Lily leaned closer, her breath warm against his skin. How about we start with a kiss, just to see if we're as connected as we feel, you know? Jack swallowed the nervous lump in his throat. His heart raced as he nodded, his breath hitching. She was right there, within reach, the world narrowing down to just the two of them. And with that gentle invitation, every fear melted away. As their lips touched, it was electric, soft yet insistent. The world around them faded completely, and all his anxiety washed away, replaced with a certainty that felt like home. It was a kiss that held promises, hopes, maybe even dreams yet to be spoken. But just as they pulled away, a loud crash echoed from the bar. The moment shattered like glass. They both turned to see what happened, their hearts pounding from the kiss and the sudden interruption. Let's check it out, Jack suggested, a nervous laugh escaping him. Yeah, maybe just a quick peek, Lily replied, her voice trembling with excitement and a hint of concern. They both stood up, their connection still crackling between them, but they had just witnessed something unfamiliar, a tension that swirled like storm clouds. As they moved toward the bar, Jack couldn't shake the feeling that this evening had already shifted. Where would this new adventure take them? Would they face hurdles they hadn't anticipated? And would the kiss they shared still feel the same as new challenges emerged? As Jack and Lily edged closer to the bar, they could hear voices raised in a mix of frustration and laughter. A crowd had gathered, curiosity evident on their faces. Jack's heart thudded in his chest as the mystery loomed, overshadowing their moment. What had just happened to them felt so fragile now, like the last flickering light of a candle. They reached the edge of the bar and squeezed through the crowd. A tall figure, clearly inebriated, stood over an overturned bar stool, his facial expression swinging between fury and feigned innocence. Lily glanced up at Jack, her eyes wide with concern. "What's going on?" she asked, her voice barely rising above the noise. "Just a guy having a rough night, I think." Jack tried to sound casual, but he felt the tension prickling his skin. He wanted to protect this feeling, this connection with Lily, the kind of connection that felt so rare, yet so electric, and he could sense it slipping, threatened by the chaos unfolding before them. As the man swayed, his fists clenched and his lips pursed with every slurred word he shouted. "You think you can treat me like this? You don't know who I am!" The crowd grew restless, exchanging glances that hinted at the man's escalating agitation. Jack turned back to Lily, her expression unreadable. "Maybe we should get out of here?" "No, let's just stay for a sec," she insisted, her eyes locked on the scene. "We might be able to help." He opened his mouth to argue, but hesitated. There was something about her bravery. Her heart came through in everything she chose to do. "Okay, just be careful," he replied, retreating a half step. The bartender, clearly overwhelmed, gestured for security. Lily reached out and entangled her fingers with Jack's again, and he instantly felt calmer. In that moment, they were a united front against the chaos of the night. The man shouted again, "You think you're better than me? I've built this whole place!" He swung his arm in a wide arc, knocking over another stool, still oblivious that he was causing a scene. "If he built this place, he certainly doesn't own it tonight," Jack murmured, eyeing the situation warily. Suddenly, a security guard moved quickly through the crowd and positioned himself between the angry patron and the bar. "Sir, you need to leave," he said firmly. "Get off me!" The man shoved the guard away, a move that sent Jack's heart racing. Instinctively, he stepped in front of Lily, ready to protect her. "Let's go," he urged, pulling her gently back, but she didn't budge. I can't just watch, Lily insisted, eyes flickering with determination. She turned to Jack, a glint of defiance lighting her features. We need to help. There's a reason we're here. Jack felt the pull of her resolve, and it amazed him. He too wanted to stand up for what was right, and even in the middle of this chaos, the connection between them felt solid as stone. Lily took a deep breath, her eyes on the scene. Jack could sense her energy shifting. Look, she said, maybe if we talk to him. Are you serious? Jack replied, anxiety creeping in again. He looks volatile. What if we make it worse? But what if we can calm him down? Lily insisted, her gaze locking onto his. Together, please, Jack. Jack hesitated. The bar was full of strangers, but here was Lily, standing beside him, an invitation to step into the chaos. Okay, let's do it, he found himself saying, surprised by his own willingness to jump into the unknown. They moved forward, where the crowd had parted just enough to slip in close. Jack could feel the pulse of the moment, the shared uncertainty between them. He caught Lily's eye, and she nodded, her expression steady but bright. If they could get through this, maybe they could face anything together. But as Jack took a step closer, he felt his heart drop, his instincts screaming that they may be stepping into a tangled web they couldn't easily escape. Would their resolve hold against the unexpected storm they were walking into? Would their budding connection withstand the chaos around them, or would this be the moment that changed everything? The crowd parted slightly as Jack and Lily stepped forward. The tension crackled in the air like a summer storm waiting to break. Jack's throat felt dry, and the warmth of Lily's hand in his steadied him. She stood resolute, her gaze sharp as daggers, focused on the man whose fury had electrified the bar. Hey, she called out, her voice cutting through the commotion. Let's talk about this. The man turned, and for a brief moment, surprise washed over his face, giving way to anger once more. You think you can just waltz in here and tell me what to do? He spat, his voice thick with derision. The crowd stilled, all eyes now fixed on the three of them. The man, a security guard who looked like he was about to intervene any moment, and Lily standing her ground. Jack felt a surge of protectiveness wash over him. He wanted to pull Lily back, to whisper that this might not be a fight worth fighting, but the boldness in her stance made him stay put. She believed in standing up for others, and he realized he admired that fiercely. Let's just take a minute, Lily continued, her tone softer yet firm. You don't have to do this. Whatever is going on tonight, it doesn't have to end like this. The man's fervor wavered as he blinked at her, confusion mixing with his rage. You don't know me, he shouted again, but there was something different in his voice, an echo of vulnerability. We don't have to know you to care, she replied, stepping closer, her voice now almost soothing, like a balm to a wound. What happened? Talk to us. We're here to listen. Jack held his breath, feeling the weight of the moment. Around them, the crowd was engrossed, some whispering to each other, while others eyed the impending confrontation. The uncertainty was palpable, each person wondering how this would unfold. Taking a gamble, Jack stepped alongside Lily. You don't have to be alone in this, he chimed in, his voice steady. We've all been there. We've all had hard nights. His own frankness surprised him, but it felt right to lean into the shared experience. The man's defenses lowered, albeit slightly. He blinked rapidly, looking from Lily to Jack and back again. You think you know? He sneered, but Jack could hear the fatigue in the man's voice, could see the tremor of real emotion beneath the bravado. Not everything, Jack said gently, but that's okay. You don't have to fight us. Just let us help. The man's brow furrowed, a storm of thoughts racing across his features. Jack could see the twitch of uncertainty settling in. It wasn't just rage. There was a deeper pain festering beneath the surface. Jack's heart sank. He wanted to reach out, not just for Lily or for himself, but for this man who felt cornered in his own chaos. But then the guard shifted, positioning himself more aggressively. "Sir, you need to step out now," he barked, sending tremors through the man. Lily's expression changed swiftly as she recognized the moment of choice. She leaned in closer to Jack, whispering, "This might be our only chance." Before Jack could reply, the man's expression twisted again, rage threatening to surface. "Get away from me!" he boomed, lunging toward the guard. "Wait!" Jack shouted, instinctively, stepping forward in an attempt to defuse the situation. But then, in a split second, everything blurred. As the man swung wildly, the bar erupted into chaos. Jack felt Lily slip from his grip, and as bodies collided, a wave of silence swooped over him. The crowd's gasps filled the void. Lily was staring at him, her mouth slightly agape, caught between the fray and the fear of what might happen next. Jack's heart raced, not just with adrenaline, but with a profound sense of urgency. They were so close to breaking through the wall of this man's rage, but now, with chaos unfurling around them, would their connection be strong enough to withstand the fallout? With panic clawing at his chest, Jack reached for Lily's hand again. But would their combined courage be enough to quell the storm that raged close enough? To swallow them whole? The chaos erupted like a jack-in-the-box, bodies pushing and shoving as voices screamed and classified themselves into frantic bursts of confusion. Jack barely caught a glimpse of Lily as she twisted around, her eyes wide, searching for a way to diffuse the storm that was forming. He felt a shudder run through him. There was simply no telling how this would end. Time stuttered, the world hitting pause for just a moment as he locked eyes with the man. The fury etched in the stranger's face seemed to flicker, revealing the cracks in his armor. Jack took a breath, steadied his voice, and pushed through the fading noise. "You need to take a breath. Just breathe," he called, trying to reach that flicker of vulnerability, however small. But the man, caught in a whirlwind of anger and desperation, swiveled back, his fists clenched and knuckles white. "You don't understand anything," he barked, looking like a cornered animal. Lily moved closer, her eyes softening, though the tension hung thick in the air. "We don't need to understand everything right now," she said, her voice calm, like a pebble tossed into a stormy lake, creating ripples. "We just want to help." Jack's heart raced as he saw the turmoil in the man. With every fierce glare and wild movement, there was a man who was scared, fearful of the situation spiraling out of control, and likely of life itself. Jack's gut twisted at the thought. People in the bar edged closer, a crowd of intrigued spectators as they clutched drinks and murmured among themselves. Their expectant gazes made Jack feel exposed, but also empowered. It was time to act. He reached for Lily's arm, feeling the warmth of her skin as they stood together against the tide of chaos. "Please," he pleaded, directing his words back to the man. "We know you're in pain, but you can't resolve it like this. Look around. Is this really what you want?" Just then, a loud crash echoed through the crowd as a beer bottle shattered, sending shards scattering like a thrown dagger. It was chaos unleashed again as panic rippled through the bar and people lunged for safety. The moment you feared and waited for had arrived. Jack instinctively pulled Lily closer, shielding her from the chaos, but he couldn't break his gaze from the man. Those eyes, painted with anger, were now wide with desperation, like a drowning man reaching for air. "Stay back!" the man shouted again, panic bleeding into his voice, but Jack couldn't let this moment slip away. "I'm right here. I won't hurt you," Jack said, his voice strong, yet laced with compassion. "We'll help you." Was there any chance the man could hear it? Any chance he could understand they meant no harm? In that second, Lily stepped forward again. "You're not alone," she said, her voice a thread of warmth amidst the cold cruelty of their reality, inviting and sincere. We're willing to listen to help you find another way." Suddenly, the man's expression shifted, the anger faltering for just a heartbeat, and almost, Jack felt a glimmer of hope. But was that enough to flip the script, to quell the tempest of violence brewing? The guard, sensing the rising tension, began to approach once more, the threat of force looming. "This is your last chance, man," he commanded, loud, strident, and unforgiving. Jack's heart sank. The man jerked as if struck, his emotional walls beginning to crumble. But was it deep enough? Jack could feel the collective breaths of the crowd, a buildup of tension shared by all. For that flash of a moment, silence took over the fray. Not the peace of resolution, but the stillness before the storm. "Choose," Jack whispered, though he wasn't sure if he spoke to the man or even to himself. And then it hit him, a realization that could change everything. What if he could reach through fear and anger to spark a moment of understanding? What if this felt like one bold step forward? With everything on the line, Jack stood still, ready to take that leap. What would the man choose as the crowd held its breath? Would it lead them into healing or further into chaos? In that heartbeat, Jack understood that the true battle wasn't against anger, but for connection. But the choice, you could feel it hanging in the air. Would it bind them in unity or tear them apart forever? The man stood before Jack and Lily, the chaos surrounding them now a slow boil, vibrating with tension. Jack's heart raced, every heartbeat reminding him of the importance of this moment. The man swung between fury and uncertainty, caught in a tempest of emotions he couldn't control. Jack could feel the collective breath of the crowd, the weight of hundreds of eyes perceiving their every move. "Please," Jack urged again, his voice a steady anchor in the storm. "There's no reason for this. Just let us help you." He took a cautious step forward, still feeling Lily's presence beside him, a grounding force that radiated strength. Lily's soft voice followed, soothing like water on a bruised surface. "Everyone deserves a second chance. We just want to listen. No judgments, no expectations." She made slow, deliberate movements, as if to show the man she posed no threat. For a split second, Jack thought he saw something flicker, some semblance of vulnerability in the man's clenched fists. But before he could give it meaning, a harsh voice pierced the air. "Step away now, or I will physically remove you." The security guard loomed large, every word laden with authority and justice, and the air thickened with dread. "Stop," Jack called, the plea more powerful than just a command. There was a cascade of risk in that one word, a gamble that everything hinged on the very essence of humanity. If he could reach that man, if he could make him see not the anger, but the hope glimmering in the shadows, perhaps they could all emerge from this with something valuable. "Don't you see?" Jack continued, eyes locked onto the man's. "Fighting won't change anything. We want to help, but you have to let go of this anger. Help us understand. Help us help you." For a moment, the bar was silent. The only sounds were the panting breaths of the onlookers, overwhelming anticipation swirling in the air. Jack held his ground, feeling the energy pulsating around them. Then, slowly, the grip in the man's hands began to loosen. Just a fraction, but it was there, an indication of the internal struggle swirling fiercely inside him. "Help?" he choked out, struggling to articulate the depth of frustration that rolled through him. "What do you know about help? What do you know about any of this?" "I know despair," Jack replied, his voice low but unwavering. Memories of his own past resurfaced, the fear he felt when standing in the corridors of business, where success meant everything, but the cost was far too high. "I know what it's like to feel trapped, but it doesn't have to end here. Choose to step towards something better." A tremor slipped through the man, the defiance wavering in his stance. Jack took another step forward, hand extended, to emphasize his sincerity. "You deserve hope, man. We all do. Just take a chance. And then time stopped. The air shifted, and Jack felt the surge of connection he had long sought. The man's eyes began to shimmer with a torrent of emotions. Rage melted away into something softer, deeper, more profound, a vulnerability too raw to ignore. Jack could feel the crowd holding its breath, empathy unfurling like petals opening to the sun. Finally, with a gust of breath that seemed to expel all the shadows, the man staggered back, the fight draining out of him. I just don't know how, his voice trembled, as if he had finally acknowledged the depth of his pain after so long. There's no shame in not knowing. Lily stepped forward, her expression unwavering, full of warmth. We all have to start somewhere. Her words hung in the air, echoing against the walls of the bar like an invitation. Jack felt a swelling hope surge within him. Maybe this was the moment. Maybe they could reach through the pain and find connection after all. As the hum of chaos faded, a profound silence settled, and the man began to shake. Jack reached out, palm open, heart pounding in solidarity. Let us walk through this together. You don't have to face it alone. The man's eyes glazed over, tears threatening to spill, as he looked from Jack to Lily, two hearts daring to bridge the divide. I don't know if I deserve it, he whispered, voice cracking. You do, Jack affirmed, his voice steadier than he felt. We all do. At that moment, the man's wall began to crumble like old concrete, revealing the fragile heart underneath, tender and scared, but yearning for connection. With a he stepped towards Jack, accepting his extended hand. And in that touch, hope ignited. The crowd erupted, not in applause, but in admiration. Gasps of relief and soft murmurs echoed through the bar, ripples of realization spreading like wildfire. They had witnessed a transformation, a bridge built with courage, compassion, and understanding. Jack felt the weight of Lily's hand still intertwined with his, reminding him of the strength that comes from unity, love, and the resolve to face challenges together. They had turned a dangerous flashpoint into an opportunity for new beginnings, and in that singular moment, Jack understood the power of connection. They'd not only helped a stranger, but had also affirmed their bond, firm, unyielding, and bursting with all the promise that lay ahead. As the bar slowly returned to normalcy, laughter and chatter floated through the air like music. Jack turned to Lily, their eyes brimming with shared triumph. "Can you believe that?" he said, disbelief edging into delight. "Believe it," she whispered, her smile radiant like the morning sun spilling into dawn. "We did it, together." In that vibrant moment, Jack finally grasped what it meant to risk vulnerability, openly embracing the warmth of love and community he had long denied. He clenched Lily's hand tighter, feeling the pulsing bond of connection that blossomed between them despite the chaos. And as the night continued on in laughter and shared stories, he knew with absolute certainty they would navigate every challenge ahead. Love was alive, and so was their journey together. Now was not the time to pause. It was the moment to leap. So they stood, hand in hand, ready for whatever came next. And as they stepped out into the bright street, the world beyond glimmered with infinite possibility. A blank canvas blurred with the hues of hope, laughter, and the warmth of new beginnings. They were ready for it all, and they wouldn't look back. Subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm. Comment below your reactions and feelings about the ending. Share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this transformation. This is the moment to show your support. Don't wait, not even one more second. True fans understand the importance of championing our storytelling journey.